that. Hey guys, Mike Build. Today we're going to be taking a look at this very interesting 48 volt, 100 amp hour golf cart battery made by Digimarker. So this is a mini sized 48 volt, 100 amp hour battery made for golf carts. So it's got a heavy duty 200 amp continuous BMS. It can do 400 amps for 30 seconds and it can do 1000 amps for 3 seconds. So it should be able to push really heavy golf carts, really power hungry golf carts. If you're going up a hill or going from a start, it should give plenty of power. Now what's interesting about this battery, it's a metal case, but it's also very cube shaped. So normally the golf cart batteries are like rectangle shapes, but this one's almost a perfect square, and they were able to shrink the footprint of this thing down to make it kind of a mini sized battery. And to be fair, this thing is a little bit smaller than a standard golf cart battery. Now this battery also has some very interesting features that I haven't seen on a golf cart battery yet. So the actual model of this battery is going to be the CS100 Pro. There's a good look at what the top looks like. There's some of the specs that we just went over. Up top, you got really nice carrying handles. This also has a Bluetooth BMS, so you can actually download a Bluetooth app, connect to it, and be able to monitor all the parameters of the battery. So I will show you guys all that as well. If you buy this specific combo, you will get the battery and you also get a 20 amp charger. So that's really nice. Normally you only get an 18 amp charger. You get the user manual, and this also goes over some of the other batteries that they sell. This is going to be the user manual for the charger itself. A bunch of different hardware. So if you want to hard mount this battery, there's self tappers as well as bolts and some other things as well. And then you also get the M8 bolts for the terminals themselves. You get a battery capacity meter. So that's pretty cool. It has a little harness that you're going to plug in right here that's going to plug into the battery, and it's going to communicate everything to this, so we're definitely going to check that out. You get a charging receptacle. So what this allows you to do is actually install this on your golf cart, and then all you have to do is connect an extension cord there. This part will be inside, and you can hardwire it to the charger and have this all in the golf cart if that's what you want to do. This is going to be the harness for our display, and then this harness right here is actually really cool, so I'll show you what this does. Now looking on the front here, we have some really nice covers for our main positive and main negative terminals. So that's here and here. M8 threaded just like most of them are. This is where we're going to connect our charger. RS485, that's where our screen is going to connect. This is going to be our on and off switch. So if we click this, now the battery's powered up, and then you click it again and it powers down. And then you also have another cable right here for CAN, which I'm not really sure what that does, but we're going to read the manual and see if we can figure that out. All right, so I just did a little bit of reading on the CAN plug. This thing is actually equipped with communication features. So you can actually connect multiple of these in parallel with each other, connect them with the CAN, and it'll keep the batteries equalized, and the BMSs will be able to talk to each other. So that's also a very interesting feature. If you want to run more than one of these, you can have all that set up, and they should be able to work very well together. Now going back to this plug right here, as you can see, it says 12 volts, 20 amps. And if we take our harness here, this is going to be able to plug in right there, and it's actually going to give us a 12 volt output. That way we can connect lights or anything else you want to connect to your golf cart that needs 12 volts. You don't have to use a separate step down converter. Now the cart, I'm going to be installing this as an EasyGo RXV, and I did install a step down converter to run lights. But this is really cool because you can bypass all that and run it directly off the battery. And at the time I'm making this video, this battery combo with everything you see here is going to sell for $1,399. So it is a more premium battery, but it does seem to come with a lot of extra stuff. And my goal is to try to see if it's actually worth the money. So what I'm going to do is we're going to fully charge this thing, do a full capacity test to see what we can get out of this thing. Then we're actually going to go install it in my golf cart. We're going to do a bunch of hill climb tests, top speed tests, and really try to stretch this thing out and put it through a lot of use and abuse and just make sure it doesn't shut down or do anything weird. And then when we're done with that, we're actually going to open this thing up and take a look at the build quality. We're going to take a look at the BMS, the cells, see how the wiring management looks, and kind of give our final thoughts. Now before I charge it, I am interested to see what the state of charge is right out of the box. So we're going to quickly connect our little meter here and see how that works. Also, there's 2 extra wires coming off this harness, so I need to figure out what those do. So what these wires are a remote switch that you can set up. That way, when this is all installed in the golf cart, you don't have to keep opening the seat to manually turn on the switch right here. So if you look right here, the switch is off, the green light is off. And all we have to do is take these 2 wires, touch them together, and the battery will boot up. So if you connect this to the ignition switch of your golf cart or put a separate power switch, whatever you want to do, you can remotely turn on and off the battery. That way, if this thing's sealed up in your battery compartment, you don't got to worry about having to reach in there, mess with the switch on it. Just set this up and you're good to go. And then when you disconnect the wires, the battery will shut off. Okay, that's actually a really nice display. I was expecting it to be way cheaper than that. Shows our state of charge, voltage, as well as amperage, so that's pretty cool. And yeah, really basic, but really nice. All right, the Bluetooth app for iOS is called Digimarker. Pretty simple. All right, there's the main interface. You do not have to create an account to use it. It instantly just started working. So now we're gonna add the battery. We have our state of charge there. We have all our warnings and everything there. Current, voltage, amperage, wattage, temperature, tells you how many cycles. Also gives you each individual cell voltage. So if you're trying to troubleshoot anything, I always like to see that. And pretty much has all the information you'd ever want, as well as a bunch of controls, so you can turn on and off the BMS. And also what I really like is you can actually set a state of charge stopping percentage. So if you only want to cycle this, let's say to 80% in order to get more cycles out of it, you can actually set this down a little bit, charge to 80% only, and the battery will only charge to that amount, and you'll be able to get way more cycles. The charger itself also has Bluetooth. So you use the same exact app connected to the charger itself, and it gives you a ton of different settings. You can adjust the output current, the output voltage, cutoff current, all that good stuff. You can also schedule charging. You can set a specific amount of time you want it to charge. Just a lot of interesting features that I've never seen with a battery charger. Display here to show that we're charging with almost 20 amps is it has an individual charging port. So you don't actually have to connect your charge leads directly to the main positive and main negative like a lot of other lower, cheaper budget golf cart batteries, which in my opinion isn't a problem doing that, but then you do have to stack more stuff on the terminals versus having a dedicated charge port. You plug the charger into the wall or mount it to your golf cart, and you're ready to go. All right, we got our battery fully charged to 100%. I'm gonna go ahead and reset our current shunt. So everything on the shunt is zeroed out, including the total amp hours. This is gonna show the final capacity of the battery once we're done discharging it. We're gonna run this test at a 0.2C rate, so it's gonna be about 20 amps on the DC side. We're gonna be using my SunGold Power 5,000 watt pure sine wave inverter in order to put the load, and that's just gonna be running a battery charger. And there we go, we got about 21 amps. This should take about 5 hours to complete. Also, the accuracy of the built-in current reading seems to be pretty good because they're at 21.2 on the little display there and 21.6, so they're pretty dang close. I'll be curious to see how the state of charges match up as well. All right, the capacity test has just finished up on our Digimarker golf cart battery. We got 101.91 amp hours. I do not recommend running this thing all the way to zero. It did take a few minutes for the BMS to turn back on after I shut everything off, but it did kick back on, so I'm gonna go ahead and recharge this thing so we can do some golf cart testing in this thing on some real world testing to see how it actually runs on a real golf cart. Hill climbs, heavy loads, all that good stuff, just see how it does. And then we're also gonna try to predict the approximate range we would get. We have the Digimarker battery fully charged again, ready to install my golf cart. This is an EasyGo RXV as an AC motor drive system, so it makes this thing go about 19 miles an hour. Now, depending on what kind of golf cart you have, this should be relatively easy to install. I've done a ton of different battery testing in this platform, so I know it's very easy for me. But they do give you tons of mounting options with this battery, and what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put the battery in the cart, kind of space it where I want it, and I actually have a ratchet strap I just throw over it, and that seems to be just fine. Now, you might need the help of another person because this thing is very heavy. There we go, too easy. And all my wiring is on this side. I'm gonna face the main terminals this direction. Now, although this battery is heavy for what it is, it's actually still a lot lighter than the 4 lead acid batteries that we pulled out of this. This is a 40 volt cart, so it had 4 12 volt batteries, and those things weighed a ton, and they were junk. If you are looking at going lithium for your golf cart, I'm gonna tell you right now, it is a massive performance upgrade. Okay, so this battery is tall, but it looks like it's still gonna clear the seat. Oh, we're golden. It literally fits in there perfect. Then all I gotta do is tie up my strap. And there we go, the install's done. We just gotta connect 2 wires to the golf cart's power system, and we'll be ready to go rip this thing. All right, the battery is fully installed. Now we're gonna go do some ripping around to make sure the battery doesn't cut off and just see how the performance is versus the lead acid. And we're gonna be starting this ride out at 100%. I don't know how far we're gonna go. We're really just gonna be testing and stress testing the battery, just see how many hill climbs and off-road we can hit and top speed wise. So once we're done, we're gonna kind of estimate how much range we can get out of this.
We're gonna see if I don't crash this bad boy.
If he does, he bought it.
Damn.
All right, it's probably gonna be a little bit windy, but the first test we're gonna do is a top speed test. 19 miles an hour. All right, now I'm gonna hit the golf cart from a dig, and we're gonna see how many amps this thing pulls. So I'm gonna go flat to the floor. All right, it's a little windy, but we're gonna do some extreme off-road testing to make sure this battery can handle the torture. So I'm gonna go play in this ditch. Barely crawling up the hill. 50 amps. If you guys watch my previous golf cart battery, this is where we got stuck last time with the golf cart when it was all muddy, but now it's all dry, so I think we're good. All right, another extreme hill climb. All right, here we go, extreme test. What do you think about that extreme test? Oh, extreme hill climb, here we go. Whoa, look at it, it's almost like it doesn't even need any more power. Thanks to the Digimarker golf cart battery, I don't even need more power. This is kind of the steepest hill I could find, so we're gonna go up this one. Oh my God. That's crazy how much power this is. Oh. Dang, that's crazy how much power this thing has. I'm gonna do the same thing, but now we're gonna look at the screen and see how much, oh God. amperage it pulls. 70 amps. Yeah, about 110 was the highest I saw, so that's not bad. All right, guys, we just finished the test drive. I'm gonna go ahead and park the cart. All right, so we still have 88% left on the battery. We went a little over 5 miles and used about 12% of the battery, so you could easily get probably 50 miles out of this battery, especially we were kind of driving the cart hard, doing a lot of crazy stuff with it. So if you're just kind of golfing or just being real easy with it, you're never gonna have issues with range. All right, we just got back from our golf cart testing of the battery. Now we're gonna tear this thing open and see what the inside looks like. Kind of a lot going on here. We have a ton of different connections going in and out of the battery. They did a really good job looming all of it. It's all nice and neat. The EMS is actually covered up. There's like a metal box here. I'm gonna take this lid off. Oh, wow. All right, hope you guys get a good bird's eye view of what's going on in here. So as you can see, we have all the connections going in and out of the battery. They use this goo on there to help seal everything up. All the wiring is very tightly loomed and zip tied. There's no loose wiring. We have a massive 400 amp fuse right here, connecting our main positive to the main positive of the battery. The bus bars are about 2 millimeters thick. We have an amp BMS, which I haven't seen on any battery I've torn down yet, but these are very good BMSs. A lot of people use them in the electric bike and motorcycle world, and this is rated for, it says 400 amps right here with a max of 1,000 amps. So there's kind of a better look up close to the label of the amp BMS. It looks really nice. These are good BMSs. This right here is going to be our built-in DC to DC converter to give us our 12 volts out to power lights and all that good stuff. I'm going to attempt to remove this tray. The connections are all bolted to the BMS. We have 3 what appear to be 8-gauge wires going to and from the battery to the terminal. They even put wrapping around all the battery leads as well. All this is nicely loomed. The cells are actually laying on their sides and there's 2 banks of 8. Within the battery itself, it's really hard to show, but there's a metal cage that actually encases all the battery cells. So I'm not sure how much more I can take apart without kind of getting destructive with it. I'd like to see what kind of cells they're using. So the BMS is actually fully bolted to this metal board right here, and this metal board is bolted to the battery's frame, but there's one screw right here I can't get. And I need to be really careful because the battery is still technically live, and I don't want to drop any screws in there and have to fish them out. And I also don't want to damage anything because this is a very nice and expensive battery. Well, I really tried my best to get a better look at the QR code on the battery cells. The only thing I can really make out is it says LFP 100, 320 watt hours. Normally those are only on EVE cells, so if anyone knows in the comments, please correct me, but I'm fairly certain these are EVE cells. They look like EVE cells. So this is about as far as I can take it apart without having to undo all of these crazy connections. Just looking at it like this, we can see it's built fairly well. I really don't have any other critiques about it. I'm gonna go ahead and bolt this piece back on and put the cover on. That way all this is safe again. But overall, the construction of this thing is really nice. It looks like they did a lot of quality control checking. They really went above and beyond, making it look really good, making sure nothing's loose, using top shelf components, and I think you would get a ton of life out of this. That's gonna wrap up us testing this Digimarker Mini 48 volt, 100 amp hour golf cart battery. This thing is feature packed. It is one of the more expensive batteries that we reviewed on the channel. I really did want to show as much as I could show with this battery in case you're wanting to spend that kind of money and you kind of wanna buy the best thing you can buy. I do think this thing is worth the money. You get a ton of features that we haven't seen on other batteries. All the components they use appear to be really good components that are name brand. Cells appear to be EVE cells. Once again, correct me if you know better than me. The performance was absolutely amazing. Did it perfect in our golf cart testing. Really compact size. It's got the nice display. It's got a Bluetooth app. It's got pretty much everything you'd want. And then also the 12 volt converter built in is pretty cool. Leave your comments and thoughts on this battery in the description. I think what I'm gonna do with this battery for now is I'm actually gonna put it in service with my solar power system so I can cycle it some more and just see how it holds up being on long term. I'm always curious to see how these hold up being turned on for a while, see how the BMS reacts and all that good stuff. Thank y'all for watching. If you watched to the end, I appreciate it very much. Thank y'all for checking out my channel. Thank you for checking out the video, and I'll see y'all on the next one.